Hello, my name is Adnan and welcome to the fourth section of this course, Lifetimes and Rust 101. In this section we're going to learn about generic data types, traits, and lifetimes. We're also going to get familiar with the concept of concurrency and why it is a key feature of Rust. The first video in this section is understanding generic data types. We will see the use of generic data types through a couple of examples with structures and functions, stuff that we've learned in the previous sections. Genericity is the ability to write code with types that are not specified, so that the code can be used for many different types. Rust applies this concept for both data structures and functions. A composite data structure is generic if the type of its items can be of a general type, T. The type T can be, for example, an integer or a string, but it can also be a structure like the user struct from before. Let's use the code from the previous section, specifically the crate that we've made that contains our user structure. So let's open up our main.rs file in Sublime, and let's say extern crate, the name of our crate, which is some crate. I've added it before, so you should go ahead and do the same. We're going to create a structure called user collection that will just act as a container for our users. So struct user collection, and here we're going to add our generic data type T. In this case it will be of a non-negative integer type such as U8 or U32, for example, but we'll get to that. Name string, we'll add a name and a vector where we'll keep our users. Users vec and some crate, our structure user. Let's go ahead and add use some crate and user, so we don't have to prefix every time we use the structure user. So we're gonna get rid of this, and size, that will have the generic data type T. Let's make our main function here, and first we'll create a new user. New user equals user, and let's say name user collection 1 dot to string, email user. Actually, let's change this to user 1 since this is just a user. User at mail.com to string, age 30, and user type is gonna be some crate user type, and let's say guest. And now we'll create a new instance of users collection, and we'll pass the type U8 in the type declaration of the struct. So let user collection equals user collection, and the type U8. Actually, we're gonna put this here, and user collection name user collection 1 to string. Our users vector will have a vector that contains the previous user, so let's use the macro vec bang and new user, and here the size will be 1. We could have also passed more than one generic type to our structure, so let's make a new struct that will just be a collection of any type P that we pass. So let's just modify this structure, and let's say T and the generic type P, and the vector will be of that type here, And now in our main function, we're gonna say u8 user, that will be our p type, and anything else would be the same. Let's just cargo run and build this. Cargo build. And it compiled just fine. Let's just go ahead and print out user collection dot users, cargo build, cargo run. And our user collection contains our user that we created before. Apart from making structures that have generic ties, we could have also write generic functions the same way. In this video, we've seen how we can make our structures and functions more generic and make them work with various data types.